quietly and follow along. At any point, click the pause button to catch up or take a break. Okay, today we're going to be making muddy pig collages. A collage is like an arrangement of paper that we cut into pieces and put together. Here we have a 9x12 sheet of construction paper, and I'm going to cut it so it's about 9 inches, making a perfect square. Keep that scrap piece, we're going to need that later. With our square, I'm going to use a marker to draw a circle, but you might want to use a pencil so you can erase it. I'm drawing with markers so you can see it clearly in the video. Okay? And I'm going to go around as big as I possibly can, so we don't want to waste paper, and we also want to make some really big pigs. So after you have your circle, cut it on out. Do not worry about your pig being perfectly round. No pig is perfectly round in real life, and I think when the circle's imperfect, it makes it look more realistic. Okay, you may put your scraps aside or in the scrap bin, and I'm going to turn over my pig head so that way we don't see my pencil lines. Next, what we're going to do is, back to the scrap piece of paper that we cut off, I'm going to cut it directly in half. If you want to be sure it's perfectly in half, just simply line up your edges and give a little crease. Open it up after you folded it, and you can cut right on that crease line. These two pieces are going to be other characteristics of your pig. We're going to start with the snout right in the center. So, again with your pencil, do a large, as big as you can, oval on this piece of paper. That's going to be the snout, and you may cut it out. After you have your snout cut out, whatever is easiest for you, you can lay it on your pig. I'm going to be putting it off to the side so you can see all the pieces you need. With this last scrap piece of paper, we're going to utilize for the other characteristics such as the legs and the hooves and the ears. I'm going to cut it in half. So I have two pieces. And then I'm going to only take one piece. With this one piece, I'm going to turn it and cut it in half again. Now, with these, you can use this if you need any extra. I cut this piece like this in half, the long way, and then I cut out two small triangles from the corner so it makes a triangle. If you'd like to see that again, check it out. So I'm from the corner on an angle, and then I'm going to go from the corner on an angle the other side so it lines up with the point, creating the little hooves of my pig and the legs all in one. Woohoo! This one, what I do is, this is going to be my ears. I turn my rectangle so it's on an angle. So I can have one corner towards my belly button and one corner straight away from me. I'm going to take my scissors, line up on the corner, and go straight across diagonally, cutting, so that way I have two ears that are the same. Let's attach and assemble our pig. So here is my head. I'm going back to my glue stick, and I'm going to add glue around, kind of do a couple laps on my snout, a little bit in the middle, and then you're just going to place your snout more towards in the middle. You can put a little lower so you have room for your eyes and ears, and kind of massage it so it's on your pig. All right. The legs, we're going to do little circles of glue towards the top, and I'm going to put them behind my paper. See it again? Here's my glue. Paper goes underneath my pig's head. A little massage. Same thing again. Little circle of glue, glue up, and then under my pig's head. That way, my pig, his head comes before his legs. It looks like his legs are behind his head. Same with the snout. We are layering pieces of paper to create dimension in our collage. Now the ears. The ears are my favorite part because you have so many Piggy options. You can have them straight up. You can have them tilted out with your corners in. You can have them going down and flip them all different ways to get different pig ears. Okay? There is really no wrong way because pigs flap and flip their ears all different ways. So, but for my example, I had them so the short angle is going in. So it looks like they're coming up and over and flapped. You don't have to do them this way, but I think it's kind of cool. I'm going to add a little glue to the corner so that way I can adhere them to my piggy's head. I mean, artists, you could even have your ears, have them going all different ways. Pigs do all different things. That's why I love pigs. There actually was Miss Dykman's favorite, animal growing up. Pretty cool. Okay, I'm going to cover my glue stick for now. And we're going to attach our pig to our paper. I have green paper because pigs like to be in a nice open green area. But they love mud. So we're gonna put a big mud puddle for our piggy on this paper. I'm gonna be using a brown marker and a brown crayon, but guess what? You could use either or both, whatever you prefer as the artist. Now my mud puddle for my piggy is gonna be down towards the bottom of our page, and our paper is in portrait mode. So with my marker, I'm going to draw just a big wavy line like a big bold splash, kind of in the form of a circle. I'm gonna use my marker on some areas where it'd be really darker mud and wet just to give my mud a little variety. It's all different types of mud. There's dry mud, wet mud. I just want my piggy to have some fun in the mud. And you can even get some mud splats. Splats are like a teardrop shape and they come away from your mud hole. Here I have two. Now, I'm going to also use a crayon, and I have a different shade of brown, that way it shows up differently and gives my pig a little bit variety of tones when it comes to the mud. So I'm going to color in my mud. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to lay our pig on our paper, and it's going to overlap a little bit over the mud. Flip it over and make sure you're using your glue stick again and going all the way around the edges of your pig and even on those legs where we overlapped. Don't forget to put a little glue towards the center to ensure that your piggy stays down, and those pig ears. Now I'm going to cover my glue stick and paste my pig towards the center. I'm going to go to push my pig down. I'm going to go center out and slowly massage it and press it. That way it ensures my pig is nice and flat on my paper. Center and then push out towards the edges. Now's the fun part. We really get to start to decorate our little piggy and make him come to life. I'm using a black marker, and I'm going to just trace around some of our paper shapes so they stand out a little bit more, starting with the snout, some of the ears. I can even go around the outside of his body. Next is very important is, don't forget the top of your piggy's head. We gotta add some details while you have your black marker handy. We're gonna draw a line across the bottom of the feet, and then we're gonna color in the bottom of his hooves. Don't forget to add 2 nostrils for his piggy nose. You can just make some very thick lines. And eyes, you can make them however you want. I start with 2 circles right above the snout, and then a black pupil inside his eye. My last detail is going to be his jaw, where it comes underneath his snout. The last part of the project is really just adding some fun details. I want to make my piggy look like he actually has different shadows on him, so I just take my crayon and I color in certain characteristics. I'm going to color his snout underneath here, and in these areas, maybe around his nostrils. And I just kind of take it and go around the outside edge near the black. And what I'm doing is I'm just slowly gathering, like slowly adding the color so it kind of fades, looks more real. I'm gonna go in between his eyes, above his head, and around his ears and the edge of his body to help make him look more 3D and pop out of the page. Maybe the tips of his ears. Okay. And also his legs. The legs would be a little bit darker because they are under his belly, where it'll create a shadow. Okay. Next, what you can do is you can add some mud spots on your piggy. I'm gonna go back and do this with my marker. I'm gonna add a mud spot over here, and again, I'm just gonna make it look like a splat of mud. And I'm doing this the same way I did my other mud splat on the bottom. I'm adding just a little bit of marker, and you can use colored pencil or crayon. You can add as much mud spots to your piggy as you wish. The next thing we're going to do is a little bit of the sky in the background to make our piggy looks like he's on the grass and not just floating on the green paper. We're going to do that by using a blue crayon. I'm going to draw a line where I want my sky to begin, and I'm going to color above that line to make that the sky. I'm going to continue all the way around my piggy. Now your sky can be different colors. It could be different shades of blue. It could be a sunset. Maybe your piggy is just getting in the early morning mud at the sunrise. Maybe it's a nighttime piggy. I don't know what your piggy's doing, but you get to decide. So I'm going to go around with my crayon. The last finishing touch I do for my pig is I color around his eyes and I make it blue. Did you artists notice that the blue looks different? Like here it looks more blue-green like a teal, and here it looks like a bright blue. It's amazing, it's the same crayon, but we have different paper that we're coloring on. Pink versus green, and it changes our crayon. Okay, there is our piggy. If you'd like to add any more details, you certainly can. I'm going to trace over my mud lines just for fun. Last little details is with your crayon or marker, you can add more mud to the bottom, different waves. All right, thank you so much for joining us. It was fun to create with you.